All right, my dear learners, you're welcome to our 13th and very last lesson in our world of people. I hope you're doing well. Now, in a phrase or a word, describe the picture below. In a phrase or word, describe the picture below. All right. I hope you are thinking of the word conflict in the family or domestic violence. If you've been able to, mention one of these, you have done very well. All right. On that note, we are looking at the concluding part of the substrand being a citizen. And by the end of this lesson, you should be able to explain the terms conflicts and domestic violence in the family. 2, identify causes and ways of resolving domestic violence and conflicts in the family. All right. By definition, we're saying that domestic violence and conflict is a interest, clash of interest or disagreements resulting in a fight or war. It's a clash of interest or disagreements resulting in a fight or war. And 2, domestic violence, also known as family violence or abuse, is any form of violence or abuse that occurs in domestic setting, especially in marriages. As a child, you may say, how does this concern me? It is said in an old adage that if 2 elephants are fighting, it's the grass that suffers. Yes, you, the child, might not be involved directly, but effects can involve you as a child. So we're learning conflict and domestic violence at home so that you as a child can have a role to play. Education is key. So let's review the definition once more. Conflict is a clash of interest or disagreement resulting in a fight or war. 2, domestic violence or family abuse is any form of violence or abuse that occurs in domestic setting, especially in marriages. I hope you are not a victim of domestic violence and your house or your home has peace, especially between mom and dad and other family members. If it's not, we pray that it shall be resolved. But until then, why don't we learn about some causes of conflict and domestic violence that occurs at home? And then we end with ways of resolving it as we involve other stakeholders. Good. Now let's look at some of the causes of domestic violence. Some of the causes of domestic violence. Good. 1 is alcohol and drug abuse. Alcohol and drug abuse. Usually, the conflict that occurs at home is as a result of usually the man getting involved in alcoholism or drug abuse, who tend to cause him to behave violently against the woman in the house. It could be the other way around, the woman against the man. Number 2, low self-esteem usually on the part of the man, can cause him to overcome that through behaving violently against the other partner to show that he is in command. Three, lack of self control. We are not saying the family or in the home there should be perpetual peace or no conflicts. There is possibility of some disagreements here and there, but these disagreements should not provoke the other partner or one partner against the other to lose temper and to create conflict. Four, we're also saying that extreme jealousy on the part of partners, one partner against the other, can also bring about conflict or domestic violence. All right. Then, believe that violence is the only way of conflict resolution. This is usually among children who have themselves been victims or witnessed domestic violence among their parents when they were young. Now, as they grow, they believe that yes, violence is the only way of conflict resolution. And that belief can be a cause of domestic violence later in their own life or in their own families. I hope you understand the causes. And there are more causes though, but for time we're limiting ourselves to these ones. All right. Now, with these causes, what are some of the ways we can resolve this conflict at home? Good. One, there should be enactment or laws enacted that allow victims of violence or abusers to be taken away from home. Usually, when there's conflicts, there's injury, there's so many dangers associated with partners. And so there should be a law that helps to take the victim or the abuser away from home. There should be some form of separation. Two, another way of resolving conflicts is helping victims to build self-confidence or self-esteem. As we said, lack of self-esteem can cause one to be violent. So we advise that there should be a way of helping victims to be self-confident. Three, solving issues of property distribution between partners. Remember, one cause of conflicts is about the property. It's about properties. So what they're saying is that there should be stakeholders, people from DOFSU, SHRAJ, which we looked at earlier in our previous lesson, social welfare, who should come in to help resolve property distribution in the family in order to resolve conflicts. Four, women should be assisted to become economically independent. Usually, women who are, in quotes, housewives are usually abused by men who are the sole breadwinners of the family. So making women economically independent as well can cause or can lessen the abuse of men against them. And finally, we are saying that penalties or punishments against abusers of others should be consistent and firm. By consistency, we mean it should be the same, uniform over a long period of time and should be firm. It shouldn't be flexible or soft. It should be firm to discourage people from becoming abusers in families. I hope you are clear with the discussion so far. All right, this is what time will have us, my dear learners. You can discuss this with your mom or dad or your sibling. I also would like to end by saying that next week you have your end of term e-learning examination. I wish you the best of luck. Till we meet again, it is bye and continue to stay safe.